Season 2, Episode 1 of 1923, titled The Killing Season, premiered February 23rd, 2025 on Paramount+. This second season is the final season in 1923 and will consist of 8 episodes. The first season also consisted of 8 episodes, and this entire second season is written by Taylor Sheridan. Now, we all know the Yellowstone universe with 1883 that starred Tim McGraw, Yellowstone with Kevin Costner, and now with 1923 starring Harrison Ford and Helen Mirren. Now, the last time we left off, the Season 1, Episode 8 finale, we saw that Whitfield arrives to announce that he's paid the property tax on the ranch, but if he cannot pay him by the end of the year, the deed for the land will default into his possession. So for hundreds of years, the Dutton Ranch has been a focal point of the family, and it's really, really interesting. Now, as I stated, Harrison Ford does return, as does Helen Mirren. Harrison Ford plays Jacob Dutton, James Dutton's older brother to Tim McGraw, and Helen Mirren plays Cara Dutton, the wife to Jacob Dutton. Not only that, we have Brandon Skelnar, who plays Spencer Dutton, the younger son of James Dutton. And if you didn't know, Brandon Skelnar is also in the film It Ends With Us that starred Blake Lively and Justin Baldoni, and where he played Atlas. Now, this first episode of the second season is not too bad, but it's so drawn out. All these episodes are. Anything that's Taylor Sheridan, it's very drawn out up until it gets to a certain point. It gets good, and then it ends. We focus and we open up where we see Jacob and his nephew, not Spencer Dutton, going to the town, and they meet with the Sheriff McDowell, played by Robert Patrick, trying to figure out what's going on with Donald Whitfield and the Irishman, and it's like, okay, all right. And then we have the whole backstory with Timothy Dalton's character of Donald Whitfield, and how he is this wealthy businessman, this tycoon, who has a lot of pull, but then yet he has this backstory with 2 prostitutes. It's kind of weird. If it doesn't move the story along, I will fast forward it, as I did. We then see the aftermath of how Spencer and his wife Alexandra kind of got separated in the previous season. And now we see that Spencer is now working on a ship that left the port of Italy, and he's coming home now. Once again, we're still focusing on the journey of Spencer Dutton, and he's not home yet to help save the family ranch from Donald Whitfield and help his uncle Jacob. I mean, this is an 8-episode series. Got to get moving a little bit, unless the first 4 episodes are him doing that, and then 5, 6, 7, and 8 is him taking over. We also see the aspect of Tanoa Rainwater, where she's an ancestor of Chief Rainwater, who we know from Yellowstone, and how she is still running from the federal government after what she did in season 1, and then she kind of, falls in love with another Crow person, and it's a really nice, heartfelt story. That's just thrown in there for context, I believe. Then we also have the aspect of how Alexandra we find out she's pregnant, and she has to have passage to America to get to Spencer. And it's like, all right, whoa, all right, so much is happening. We then see Spencer Dutton save the life of someone on the ship after certain unforeseen circumstances happen. I won't name what. You just have to watch the episode to find out. And then the Spencer kind of, helps save this man also from not jumping over the side of the ship. They get back to work. The Italian man kind of asks Spencer, what did you do? What's this? What's that? If you need money, you'll be a fighter. And then we see Spencer Dutton kind of bare-knuckle brawling it with 2 people on the ship, and it's like, oh, okay, now we know what's happening and what's going on. There is also a kind of metaphor to the lion that shows up on the porch, where we see Jacob come face-to-face with it, and then in the end, Cara comes face-to-face with it at the end. This was an episode that was about 58 minutes long. Take away the recap and take away the opening scenes, and then it's not too bad. The interesting aspect of it is that, okay, we know what's going on. We know what's happening. It's now wintertime in Montana. What is the precursor? What will happen? How will, Spencer help his uncle Jacob? And, the whole aspect of the only reason the show is good is because you have power stars like Harrison Ford, like Helen Mirren. The first episode of the second season wasn't bad. It's just once again drawn out. Hopefully it picks up because it's 8 episodes. Just have to wait and see to find out what's going to happen. Brandon Scalar is really, really good as an actor. He's a badass. He's rugged. He's got that rugged look about him. And for him to play Spencer Dutton, fantastic. I mean, if people didn't know him before, they'll know him now because he was in It Ends With Us. And then he's got more of a kind of filmography behind him again. But he's really, really good. I'm curious to see where the character goes from here and how everything comes together. Let me know in the comment section what you thought about Season 2, Episode 1 of 1923, titled The Killing Season. Did you like it? Did you not like it? What did you think of it? What did you think about the aspect of the story? Where do you think Season 2 will go and how will it end? And do you think that finally Spencer will get home? Because we know he does get home, but then what will he do once he does get there? And how do you see things going forward? And how do you think this will move the Yellowstone story along? And do you think we'll see more Yellowstone universe stories and characters being introduced? Let me know in the comment section about all the questions I just asked. I'm Mr. Filmstock. Thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week to my Season 2, Episode 2 review of 1923.